Hey, good morning to all of you. Welcome to your next class. So, today we are going to start another interesting topic, that is medical termination of pregnancy, that is MTP. So, MTP is also known as induced absorption. What? Induced absorption. Medical termination of pregnancy refers to the voluntary or interstitial termination of pregnancy before the completion of full terms. Tough, it is not a method to check the increase in population. It has contributed to decreasing the population growth. MTP has a legalized in India in 1971. In 1971, which certain strict condition to avoid its misuse. But in many countries, the issue has been debated upon the due to the religion, emotional, ethical and social aspect involved. So there are some reason of MTP. For MTP we are going to discuss. So to get rid of the unwanted pregnancies that have occurred due to the rape or casual unprotected intercourse, it become essential in certain cases where continuation of pregnancy may be fatal or harmful to the fetus or for the mother, both. Through MTPS must be carried out by the qualified doctor. The disturbing facts in most of the MTPs are performed by quacks. They are not only illegal but quite dangerous. Most of them are carried out as a female infanticides. MTPs are relatively safe during the first trimester, that is up to 12 week of pregnancy. Absorption during the second trimester poses more risk. Poses what about more risk? So this is all about the medical termination of pregnancy, MTP. So next we are going to discuss is STD. Next we are going to discuss the sexually transmitted disease. Sexual transmitted disease are those disease or infection which are transmitted through the sexual intercourse with the infected person. These diseases are also called vernal disease, VDs, and the reproductive tract infection, that is RTI. So STD are classified on the basis of the group of organisms pathogen causing by the disease. So like these are like sexual disease and sexual disease are type of transmitted disease are like bacterial disease, protozoan disease and viral disease. Okay, so there are some example are also given of bacterial disease, protozoan disease and the viral disease. Like viral disease are AIDS, genital herpes, hepatitis B, genital warts. Protozoan disease are trichomoniasis, and the bacterial disease are like syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydiasis. So these are the some bacterial, protozoan and viral disease. So first we are going to discuss about the bacterial disease. So first disease, that syphilis means. So first disease we are going to discuss is syphilis. So it is caused by Tripomia pallidum, a spirochaete. Okay. So this syphilis disease is caused by Treponema pallidum and spirochaete. Okay, so there are some symptoms which is also given here. Skin lesion at the site of infection and internal genitalia, flat warmth like lesions on the skin throughout the body. It spread all the part of effective nervous system with the granular lesions called Grammy appears. It leads to be paralysis. Okay, so these are the some symptoms are given of this particular disease. So next we are going to discuss is, so next your bacterial disease is gonorrhea. So it is caused by Neisseria gonorrhea. The symptom of this disease are infection and inflammation of mucous membrane of urinogenital tract. In males, a thin watery discharge followed by a thick white fluid from the penis. Painful urination, sterility may result due to the blockage of epidermis. And in females, if we talk about females, inflammation of epithelium of cervix and the urethra and the Bathronian glands become affected. Sterility may result. Burning sensation while urinating. Corneal infection can occur. So this disease also spread from the infected mother to the fetus, and such children are often from the eye infection, suffer from eye infection. And third disease of that bacterial disease is it's chlamydia ss. It is caused by chlamydia trachomatis, and its symptoms are abnormal vaginal discharge, fever and nausea, burning sensation during urination, bleeding between menstruation, abdominal pain. Okay, so these are the some infection of this particular disease. So next we are going to discuss about the protozoan disease, that is trichomonasis. It is caused by the Trichomonasis vaginalis. It incubation period varies between 5 to 28 days when the symptom appears. Its symptoms are like yellow foamy discharge from the vagina with a fishy odor, itching and irritation in the genital organs, burning sensation while urinating. So these are the symptoms of this disease, this protozoan disease. And the last one is viral disease. So acquired immune system, like first we are going to discuss about the STDs. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome, AIDS. It is caused by the human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, or it spreads by the sexual intercourse with the infected person, transfusion of blood and blood product contaminated with HIV, use of improperly sterilized injection needle and syringes, okay, through placenta from infected mother to the child. And its symptoms are swollen lymph nodes, night sweat, fever, loss of weight, and the virus attacked helper T cells, and hence the number of and their number decreases. The immune system of the patient gets weaker, and the person become prone for any infection. Person with full blows AIDS normally die with 3 years, as there is no cure. The disease is detected in the ELISA enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. Okay, so next viral disease is your hepatitis B. So it is caused by the hepatitis B virus. It is also spread the same way as AIDS. Its symptoms are mild fever, loss of appetite, nausea or vomiting, dark yellow colored urine, skin and cornea become yellow, ultimately liver become damaged. Through treatment is available, there is no cure for the disease. Vaccine for hepatitis B has been produced by the recombinant DNA technology. It is used as a preventive measure. फिर next is genital herpes. So it is caused by the herpes simplex virus. Its symptoms are small blisters or open sores of the penis or vagina, vaginal discharge, burning sensation and pain while urinating, itching, swollen glands in the genital area. So there is no cure for this disease, though there is no cure. Another disease is your genital warts. It is caused by the human papilloma virus. Its symptoms are raised or flat wart in the genital area and thighs. The wart may assume cauliflower shapes, lesions in the vagina and the cervix. It mainly responsible for the cervical cancer. Through the disease are treated to reduce the severity. So there is no cure for this disease now. So general symptom for STDs are, except for few, the STD, sexual transmitted disease, can be completely cured provided they are detected early and treated properly. The early symptom of most of these diseases are minor and almost, namely like itching, fluid discharge, slight pain and swelling in the genital region. The infected person do not go for timely detection and proper treatment for two reasons. First one is the absence or the less significant symptom in the early stage of infection, and the second is social stigma attached to these disease. Okay, and the complication for the untreated STDs are like the disease could lead to the following complication, like pelvic inflammatory disease, PID, absorption, infertility, ectopic pregnancy, stillbirth, cancers of the reproductive tract. Since STD are the major threat to a healthy society, prevention and the early detection and proper treatment are given prime consideration under the reproductive health care programs. These diseases are found to occur more among person for the age group of 15 to 24 years. So prevention of STDs are like avoid sexual intercourse with the multiple partner or unknown partners, always use protection during intercourse. In case of any doubt of any disease, consult a qualified doctor for early detection and complete treatment if diagnosed to have the disease. So this is all about the sexual transmitted disease. How many type of sexual transmitted disease like bacterial, protozoan and virus and all we have discussed about the symptoms and disease and the causing agent and how the prevention, what are the complication. So we have all discussed about. So next we are going to discuss is in fertility. Next we are going to discuss is infertility. So infertility refers to the inability of a couple to produce children in spite of unprotected sexual cohabitation. There is a large number, like about 10% of the human population of infertile couples all over the world. So there are some causes of infertility are like infertility can result due to the more than one following reason, like physical condition of the body or disease, use of drug of various reason, immunological reason, physiological factor, or through the female is often blamed for the being childless. In India, more often infertility lies with the male partner. Infertility clinics are the specialized healthcare unit which could help the infertile couple in like diagnosing the problem, corrective treatment of same or of the disorder, enable of the couple to have children. So there are some assisted reproductive technologies. When such corrective methods are not possible, there are certain other special techniques collectively known as assisted reproductive technologies, arts, to enable them to have children. Some of them are like in vitro fertilization, IVF, in vitro fertilization, embryo transfer, ET, that is in short gamete intrafallopian transfer, GIFT, GIFT, intracytoplasmic sperm injection, ICSI, artificial insemination, that is AI techniques. So these are the some techniques. So first we are going to discuss is about in vitro fertilization, IF, and the embryo transfer, ET. Okay, so the program is commonly called test tube baby program. This program is known as test tube baby program. In vitro fertilization refers to the fusion of gametes outside the body of the female, but in almost similar condition as that the body in the laboratory. Okay, when a woman is unable to have a normal conceptions, this method is used. The ova in such woman or healthy donor female are taken out under a aseptic condition and the fertilized by the sperm of her husband or a donor. The fertilized egg or the early embryo is maintained and the implantation in the uterus of the female. This is done in one of the following ways, like zygote intrafallopian transfer, ZIFT, that is called as ZIFT, that is ZIFT, zygote intrafallopian transfer. In this method, the zygote or the blastocyst up to 8 blastomers is transferred into the fallopian tube. The embryo moves to the uterus where it becomes implanted and the continues further development. And next one is intrauterine transfer, like IUT, it is IUT. The embryo with more than 8 blastomers is transferred into the uterus and allowed to develop further into a fully formed fetus with a regular professional help and medical care. A normal baby is born to the mother. Such a baby called as test tube baby, and that term actually does not mean that baby is reared into a test tube or in a test tube. It's a very rare cases. A surrogate mother may be needed for implantation of the embryo for the further development. Embryo formed in vivo fertilization in females can be transferred to another female who cannot conceive or who will be surrogate mother in the above said methods. Through the test tube baby program is remarkable achievement. It is raised several problems, ethical and the legal, such the right over the children, genetic linkage, etc. And another term. So here your chapter number 4, that is reproductive health, completed. If you have any doubt related to the chapter, if any point you have not cleared, so you can ask me, so I will explain that in very detail. Okay, thank you class. This chapter closed. I will send you the notes and you have to complete the notes in your biology notebook and complete all the question answer which are given in your chapter. Okay, so that's it for today.